Hi there everybody, welcome to isolation. So yes, here I am isolated in my own place. So it's raining, it's been quite a long day, so I thought what a better time than to film a little class for you. So this is going to be a hands-free or wrist-free class because my wrists have been a little bit sore lately, so I've been doing a couple of those. So I've got a few tips from the classes I've been doing, so I'm passing them on to you. So I hope you like it, and I hope everybody is well. It's so awful that this has happened to our little community, but we're all hanging in there and we're all doing the right thing, and hopefully we can be on the other side of it very soon. So anyway, roll out your mat and meet me back here. Okay, so let's begin. Have your block handy. So we're going to start with some seated twists for our warm-ups. So just sitting in a comfortable position to start with. If you want to prop yourself up, get a cushion and just pop that under your sit bones. We'll just shut our eyes down first, and we're just going to come into our breath. Just breathing normally. And then open the eyes. Inhale the hands up. Exhale, just coming down through the heart space. Inhale the hands up. Exhale, coming down again. One more. Inhale the hands up. And this time exhale, just twisting to one side. Inhale first. And exhale as you twist that little bit deeper. Then inhale back to center, bringing the arms up. Exhale, twist. Then inhale to extend. Exhale, just twisting that little bit deeper. Then inhale back to center. And then exhale, take it over to the side. Nice side stretch. Then come back as you inhale, taking it to the other side, then back up through center, take an inhale, and then exhale, just fold down. So just come down to where you feel a nice stretch for your lower back, and we'll just stay here a few breaths so that we can extend into it just that little bit more. So as you exhale, you might be able to go that little bit deeper. Stretching out the lower back. Then on the next inhalation, just walk those hands up. Come all the way up. Take the hands behind and just press back lightly into the hands as you cross the other way. Inhale up. And then exhale, fold, opening up the hips and just feeling the difference in the stretch with that other leg in front. So again, keeping those sit bones grounded. Inhale and then exhale, nice and deep. Then inhale, walk the hands up. And exhale, just bring the hands to heart. So, coming over up onto your knees, you can get your block and just place it under the sit bones, just to give you that extra support. We're just going to do another bit of breathing, so inhaling up, exhaling, cactus the arms. Inhaling up, and this time exhale, hands to heart. So while we're up on our sit bones, we're just going to do our cat-cow as we are seated. So inhale, cactus those arms, bring those shoulders together and extend the belly out. And then exhale, draw everything in. Contract the belly, feeling the belly come back towards the spine. And we'll continue with our breath. So inhaling open, exhaling, closing up. Inhaling open, exhale, close it in. Inhale, exhale. So just do 2 more on your own. And exhale. Inhale the hands up. Exhale, come down through the heart space. So just remove the block to the side for now. Coming down on your backs, and just open up the hip area. So slowly come down, bringing your feet close up to your bottom. Hands are flat on the ground. I'm just going to do some rolling bridges. So more strength in the legs than using your arms. So inhale, coming up. Exhale, lowering down. Vertebrae by vertebrae. Inhale up. Exhale, come down. Inhale, come up. Exhale, come down. Now this time, take your ankle onto your left knee and see if you can lift up into your figure 4. So inhale, come up, lifting the hips. Hold it here. Holding. One more inhale, and then slowly lower it down. This time you can take your hands through and just pushing slightly to open up that right knee, just drawing that left leg in, feeling the opening, and then we're going to try and keep where our legs are, but remove our hands. So you're using more of your leg strength to hold this. Holding. And release. And then just drop that right foot down. You might need to wiggle your hips so that they are in line with each other. And just push your hand into the right knee to open it up. So the right hand can come out to the side. So this is just a variation on a figure 4 twist. So it's optional to sort of use a little bit of hand strength to open up the IT band and push in to that right knee with your left hand. Or you can have your hands out to T. Look to the right side and just have a nice final twist. So it's up to you what you feel like today. Wherever you are, just breathe into it. And release, and we'll take those poses onto the other side. So first coming up and placing the hands down. So this time take the left foot or left ankle on top of your right knee. And we'll go into our figure 4 lifts first. So just make sure that your right heel is up nice and close to your right buttocks. So inhaling, push up. Exhale, come down. Inhale, push up. Exhale, come down. Inhale, up. take your hand through for your reclined pigeon. You can push that left elbow in to open up the left knee. So pulling the leg up just slightly, not too much arm strength. Hold it there. And this time on your inhale, squeeze and hold as you remove the hands. So just hold there using your leg strength only. Feet are flexed. And release. And then taking that left foot over. So maybe wiggle your hips so that they can be stacked on top of each other. Now again, you can just take the hands out and just be in a spinal twist and look to the left side, or you can have that left hand out and just push with your right hand to open up and get a nice stretch all the way down this outer IT band. And release. Squeeze the knees in to the chest and just give a little gentle rock up and down, then side to side, and then maybe taking rotations with your knees one way and then rotating the other way, and just bringing that left foot down, taking the right foot up towards the ceiling. Now either hold onto the ankle, you can hold on to the back of the ankle, you can hold on to the big toe or the outer foot. Wherever you are, just let that left knee flop out to the side. And as you take an inhale, you can release slightly, and then as you exhale, just draw that right foot down and the right knee down. So this is half happy baby. Really lovely stretch for our hip creases, our outer hip creases, our inner hip creases. It's just a really beautiful stretch. I love it. So just 2 more breaths. And release. Straighten that left leg, flex the foot, and just take that right foot up to the ceiling, not really sort of giving too much pressure on it. We're just opening up our hamstring a little bit. And we're just going to walk the hands up and bring the shoulders up off the mat, and just pull that knee in just a little bit more. And you can either just stay here, or if you want to create a little bit more strength, lift that left leg up, holding here, flexing both feet this time. And just stay here, or if you want to have an even stronger pose, take the hands out and use your core to hold the leg up. Take 1 more breath and release. Switching over, so this time we're going to have our right knee just bent with the foot on the floor, and we're going to take that left leg up, again holding on to whatever's available for you, the calf, the ankle, the big toe, or the outer foot. So wherever you are, just let that right knee flop out to the side so you get a nicer opening. And inhale, and then exhale. Just draw that left knee down to our left side. Taking nice big inhalations, some exhalations as even as the inhalations. Using your breath to deepen the pose. And coming back, straighten that right leg, reach up either to the back of the thigh, up to the calf muscle, flex that right foot and just invite the leg to come in that little bit closer. Feeling that stretch in the back of the leg. And you can stay here or reaching up a little bit more. Take the hands closer to the ankle if you can and just pulling that leg just a little bit closer just to get a little bit more of the stretch. Flexing the top foot. And you can either stay here or if you want to make it a little bit stronger, lift up that right leg and let it hover. Take an inhale and then on the exhale, remove the hands and use your core to hold you up. And release. Take the knees back into the chest. You can just give it another little rotation one way and the other way. And we're just going to do some little rock and rolls just to give a nice little massage of the whole spine, and then coming round to the top of the mat, and we're just going to come up into our mountain pose, or actually grab your blocks, and I think we'll start in a ragdoll fold first. So if you're feeling a little bit tight in your lower back, just have the block for support, bend the knees, make sure that your feet are either under your hips, or if your lower back is a little bit cranky today, you can even widen your feet, sort of like almost as wide as the mat. So if it's an afternoon practice, you'll probably find you're warm, your body's warm, and you can have your feet underneath your hips. But if it's a morning practice, I sort of advise you to maybe take your feet a little bit wider. So wherever you are, take an inhale, and then exhale. Just allow yourself to come down, looking towards the back of the mat. So let gravity just let you go deeper into this pose. So you can leave your hands on the block and use that to support you. Bend the knees, or you can take ragdoll arms. So wherever you are, you might want to sort of just rock a little bit side to side, just stretching out that lower back a little bit. Let the head hang heavy, so you can say yes, no, to make sure you're not holding any tension in that neck. And then once you're feeling a nice stretch, just come back to stillness and just allow the body to naturally stretch it out. Bend the knees a lot if you're finding this is too much. And then we're just going to take our hands onto the block for support, and we're going to bend the knees, and we're going to slowly come all the way up. Keeping the head tucked in for now, rolling the shoulders back, and then bring the head up last. Now just heel toe those feet, if you had them out towards the mat, underneath the hips. And we're going to just bring ourselves into our strong mountain pose, Tadasana. So our fingers are pointing down to the mat. Maybe the thumbs are coming out to the side, splaying those fingers open, engaging our upper thighs, tilting that pelvis slightly forward so that you can engage the muscles in your core. Head is neutral, shoulders roll towards the back and come down. And just stand here just for one full breath. Complete your exhalation. And then bring in the hands to heart. And we're just going to leave our feet underneath the hips, but we're going to sit down into our chair pose. So with your chair pose, having the weight in the heels, we have got a little bit of a gap because we've got our feet in line with our hips rather than having our big toes to touch. Sitting down that bit deeper, making sure that the back is nice and straight so we're not hunching over. Really feeling the strength in your legs. So we're going to just hold this for a little bit longer. So we're not using much of our hands today, but we are going to use more of our leg power. So a nice strong practice for your legs. So maybe sit that just a little bit deeper. And then we're going to inhale the hands up, bring the weight onto the right foot as you bring that left knee up. Exhale, bring the hands to heart, and then slowly, ever so slowly, take that left foot back until you are in a nice high lunge. When you get to that high lunge and you have those feet steady, so don't have them behind each other, have them parallel. That'll give you a lot more strength in your balance. So find a point to be looking at. Inhale the hands up. Tilt that pelvis forward a little bit so that you're not putting any pressure on the lower back. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, take the left hand behind. Plant that back foot and come into your warrior two. Now really, really engage everything here. So inhale, we're going to hold this for about 3 breaths. So feel the legs or the feet really pulling the mat apart. Make sure that your ankle and your knee are in line with each other and feel that knee going out to the side. Hands are nice and strong. We're looking at that middle finger. We've been here for about 2 breaths, so one last breath. Then inhale the hands down, turn that back foot so that the heel can come up. Inhale back up into your high lunge. Exhale, hands to heart. Inhale, come back up into your chair. So sit down into your chair. Holding here again. So make sure that your toes can be wiggling. Weight is in the heels. So inhale the hands up, bring that right knee up this time. Exhale, hands come together at prayer, and as they come and you're exhaling, bring that right foot up. So again, check the alignment of your feet so that you can maintain a really good balance. Inhale the hands up. Exhale, taking it back for your warrior two. And we'll hold this warrior two, so check all your finer points in your warrior two. So knee and ankle in line. Strong hands, strong gaze, squeezing that mat apart with your feet. Weight is on the outer back edge of the right foot. And then on the next inhale, turn that back foot so you're back into your high lunge, reaching those hands up. Exhale, hands to heart, step back into that chair position. Holding here. sink that little bit deeper. Then we're going to go into a balanced posture now, which is standing pigeon. So taking the weight onto your right foot, inhale that left leg up, exhale, bringing that left ankle on top of the right knee, hands are at prayer, exhale, sinking and holding. So just like you're sitting in your chair, but we have our figure 4 added as well. So holding here. And inhale, the left knee up, hands come up, exhale, step it back to your high lunge. Take an inhale here, exhale back to your warrior 2. And this time we're going to wrap the right arm underneath the left, hold it here in your eagle arms, inhale the arms up, exhale sink into your warrior 2 and hold your warrior 2 with eagle arms. So again using the legs, and if this eagle arms is not good for you, just hold on to the opposite shoulders, or if you can't make the bind, just have the hands parallel. So holding for a few breaths. I think we've already had 2. Take an inhale, just sink that little bit deeper. Then inhale the hands up, feet are pointing out, hands come up for 5-pointed star. Exhale, bring the hands together and squat down into your goddess squat. Inhale, bring the hands up. Exhale, squatting down. One more. Inhale, come up. And exhale, squat it down. Then inhale, back up to your warrior 2. Turn that back foot. Hands to heart. Inhale, step up into your chair. So getting ready to do those poses on the other side. So it is quite strong for your legs, this practice. So this time we're going to take the weight into our left leg. So inhale the right knee up. Exhale, take that right ankle on top of the left knee. Once you've got it there, sit back down in your chair. Holding here. Take one more breath. Complete the exhalation. Inhale, the knee up. Exhale, slowly take it back into your high lunge. So get yourself grounded. Inhale, hands up. Exhale, back to your warrior 2. So this time, the left hand is going to come under the right. So either grab hold of your shoulders, just have your hands parallel so you've got your eagle arms. If you can make the bind, you can try it and do that. Wherever you are, once you've got your arms, inhale, and then exhale. Just sink that little bit deeper to hold it. So we'll hold here for a few breaths. So you stay where you are. I'm just going to turn so I'm facing you and you're not seeing my back. Take one more breath. And exhale, sink that little bit lower. Then inhale, the hands back up into your 5-pointed star. Exhale, back to your goddess squat. Inhale, back up. Exhale back into that goddess squat, and this time just take your hands on top of your knees and we're just going to add a little twist. So inhale first, exhale, just dropping the right shoulder down for a twist. Inhale, come back to center, and exhale, dropping the left shoulder for a twist. Inhale, back to center, right shoulder. Inhale, back to center, left shoulder, and then inhale, come back up, 5-pointed star, and this time we're going to come all the way down with our heels in line with our toes so that we can come down into a forward fold. So you can get your block and have that for support if you find that coming down into a forward fold is just not, your hands coming down onto the floor or the mat isn't going to work for you. You can have your legs a lot wider if that is feeling good. You will get quite a deeper stretch in the hamstring. So just have a little play around with it, find the spot that feels good for you. Wherever you are, take an inhale, and then exhale, just allow your body to fold and hang. Nice deep stretch. And we'll add just a little twist with this. So have your left hand underneath your head, and then just reach that right hand as you inhale up to the ceiling. Exhale, release, switch. Inhale, left hand up. Exhale, release and switch. And then heel toe back to just outside of hip width. Bend the knees, and we're just going to come back into that 5-pointed star. Exhale, hands to heart. Turn the left leg in front and turn the right leg to the back so that you're back in that high lunge. Inhale, and then exhale, hands to heart, and just step to the top of the mat. So let's just do one more standing sequence. So I'll turn this way. Actually, I'll face you because we're going to do tree pose. So keeping your feet nice and steady, hands to heart, and just take your right leg either to your ankle, and you can leave your toe on the ground. But if you're doing that, just make sure you engage that core so that you're not just standing with the hips splaying out. So we really still want to make it a nice tight pose. Or if you want to test your balance, take your foot up to your calf. I just had a little bit of a mind blank there. Or to the inner thigh. So not on the knee, so it's either above the knee or below the knee. Wherever you are, just look that little bit down and in front of you. So hands are at heart. If you want to challenge yourself a little bit more, bring the hands out. Ooh. My balance is a little bit tricky. Or up above your head. So wherever you are, just check that you still have that nice straight line in your body. You're not leaning towards one side, compromising your hip and your lower back. And we'll release, just wiggle it out a bit, and we'll take it to the other side. So take the weight onto the right, choose where you're going to place your foot. Find that twisty point so that it helps with your balance. Push. If you've got your foot on the inner thigh, really squeeze the thigh in towards the foot and the foot in towards the inner thigh. The knee is coming out Check that that hip isn't splaying out to the side, keeping everything strong. Engage that core. Once you've got that, just reach those hands up, out to the side to grow your branches. And then hands can come to prayer above your head. And if those of you want to really check in with your balance today, you can shut your eyes and just have a little bit of a play with having the eyes closed. But it's a lot more tricky. But it's fun to have a play with it. Whoops. So, as you can see, I haven't mastered it. So wherever you are, come out, give your legs a shake. It's nice to have a little bit of a challenge sometimes. Okay, let's take our feet out to the side. We're going to come down and open up those hips in Malasana. So inhale up, exhale, bringing the hands down. Don't forget, block is your friend in this pose. You can put it and just sit it underneath those sit bones so that it supports you. Now if you do that, use those hands to really push the knees out so that you're getting a nice opening with your for your inner thighs and your hips. So please use the blocks. Those of you that want to do this pose without, just get yourself into a nice position. See if you can open up those knees without your hands, and then place the elbows on the inside and bring the thumbs closer to the chest. Now don't forget, we're not hunching over. We are keeping our back nice and straight. And to release, you just bring the fingertips down just to give you support, and just come forward, and we'll just go side to side. Just giving ourselves a nice little release of those hips. And we're just going to come back up. Heel toe those feet in. Inhale up, exhale, coming all the way down into a forward fold. Hanging here just to stretch out the back. And inhaling, bending your knees, come back up, and exhale to heart. So coming down, you can try coming down to sit on the floor, just using the strength in your upper body, or you can just use your hands to support. If you want to give this a go, just sit down in your chair, keep sitting, hands come out, and bringing the bottom out. Wherever you are, we're going to come into boat pose. So choosing whatever level you'd like to do, you can hold on to the backs of the knees and just stay here. Or hands can come out, bringing that chest forward to hold you here. Nice strong fingers. Take one more inhale. Exhale, just squeeze it in. Try to keep the feet off the ground so that you're checking in with your balance on your sit bones. Just have a little rest here. And we'll do one more boat. You can try straightening the legs if you want to progress that little bit, step forward, or just stay where you are. Probably find you're shaking, not a problem, that's all good. And again, squeeze it in. Try not to put those feet down, so try to keep them up. And release. So let's do a little twist. So straighten the left leg first, take that right foot over the left, and you can either leave your leg straight or you can tuck that left foot towards the right side of your bottom. So just make sure you're sitting, if you've got that left foot tucked in, make sure your both sit bones are grounded. So we're just going to take the left fingertips behind, and with our right hand we're going to inhale, reach up first, and exhale, twisting this side first. Then inhale up, switch, take the right hand behind as you exhale, inhale the hand up, and exhale, holding on to that right knee and pulling it in, hugging it in as you twist and look behind you. So just a little bit of a variation on half Lord of the Fish. Normally we just take it to this side, but a counter twist doesn't hurt. Holding here. And release. Take hold of the foot, the right foot, and we're just going to inhale and straighten for our heron pose. So you can have the knee bent, don't feel that you have to have it completely straightened. If you have got it straight, just make sure that your back is nice and straight as well. So either stay here for this next pose or hold on to the foot with your left hand, and as you inhale, open up your right hand for revolved heron. And release. Switching sides. So this time either have the right leg stretched out, you can bring that left leg over or tuck it in. So if you're tucking it in, make sure you've got both those sit bones grounded. We'll do that counter twist first. So take the right hand behind, inhale, reach up, and just bring that left hand on the inside, just feeling that twist. So just looking to the side in this one. And inhale. Exhale, bringing the left hand behind, fingertips holding you and supporting you. Inhale, the right hand up. Exhale, hugging that knee in. And this time, if it's available, you can look behind. Twisting from the torso rather than the upper body. So squeeze the belly in and feel the twist. And release as you inhale. Take hold of the left foot with both fingers. Inhale, stretch it out so you can either have it nice and straight or with a little bend. So whatever feels good. As soon as you feel that stretch, stop there, so don't overstretch. And we're going to hold the hand with our right hand. Hold the foot, with our right hand. Take an inhale and exhale. Just open it out. Actually, it's easier. I should have told you this on the other side. Holding on the outside of the left foot. This helps you get that little bit deeper stretch. So our left hand is stretched out. Again, if you need to have a little bend in your knee, just bend it. And release. So taking yourself into like a diamond shape in front of you, so you've got your left shin facing down the side of the left side of the mat, and the right shin's facing the top of the mat. We're just going to reach our right hand back, and as we inhale, we're going to lift our hips into our baby wild thing. So we are using a little bit of arm strength in this, but not much. So inhale, reach, lift that left hand up, feeling a nice stretch all the way down the front side of the body. Exhale, come down. And then switching to the other side. So this time we've got our left shin facing the top, feet are flexed. So, and then the right shin's coming down the right side. So take the left hand behind, tent the fingers. Inhale, come up, lifting the hips up onto the knees, stretching out. And exhale, release. So, let's do one more hip opener before we come down and do some stretches on our back. So, this one is called Cathie. So you can either have your, if you find that stacking knees on top is not good, you can just sit cross-legged. Whichever way it is, have the right shin in front to start with. But if you'd like to try Cathie, just bringing the right knee on top of your left, bringing the feet in, and then wrapping our left hand under our right. So we've got our eagle arms. So we've sort of had this done. We did this before in our warrior two. So again, if that's too much, you can hold opposite shoulders, or you just have them parallel. So inhale, the hands up in front of your face, and then exhale, just fold forward to where you feel you're getting a nice opening. You can bring your belly on top of the knees, or you can just rest the elbows on the knees. And if you've just got your legs crossed in front of you with your right shin in front, you can still maintain a nice deep stretch for the hips by bringing a block in front and having it on the higher level, and just sort of like resting your elbows on top of the block. You can do that in your cow face legs as well. So you'll feel quite a nice stretch, deeper stretch if you do that in your cow face. Taking deep breaths as you're holding it. And slowly coming up, releasing the arms. Taking the hands behind and just windscreen wiping knees to the side. And we're going to take it to the other side. So this time left goes on top. Bring those feet in. So the idea is to have your knees stacked on top of each other. And left arm underneath. So again, if you need to have that block in front, just grab it. So left elbow underneath. Once you've got that, you might be like this, you might be like that. Inhale the hands up if you have the full eagle pose. Exhale, coming down to either rest on the block Rest on your upper thigh. You might just decide to stay in the upright position because you're getting enough stretch. And inhale, come up. Unravel the hands, bring the feet out in front and just do your windscreen wiper just to release the hips. And we'll just move the block to the side. I don't think you're going to need it anymore. So take the hands out in front and just slowly work your way down. And we're just going to have an inversion. So there is a couple of variations of this. Actually, you can use your block. You can just have your feet going up to the ceiling. If you want to elevate your hips more, you take your block under your hips. Hold on to it if you like, and then just take your feet up. So you would have your block placed on that lowest part of your spine, sort of not towards the lower back. So it's just on that sacrum area. And you can stay here. If you'd like to try shoulder pose, I'll take you through that. So first for your shoulder pose, you have to, or shoulder stand, sorry, you bring the legs up so that they're sort of facing towards the back of the mat, and you've got your hands, so really listen to my instructions rather than looking at me, or either sit up and watch me before you go into it, because I really don't want you moving your neck in this pose. So you can just stay here, okay? Now if you want to take it to the full extent of shoulder pose, you take your hands onto your lower back, and as you lift the legs up, you wriggle your elbows in as far as you can. And then once you've got your balance and you've got yourself up, flex those toes back like you're wearing super, super high stilettos. And use those elbows as your shelf to hold you up, and your hands on your lower back. And just keeping the head nice and straight. So you can engage the tummy muscles, engage the thighs to get you up that little bit higher. So you can watch this and then pause and give this a go. And once you get up there, you hold. But when you're ready to come out, just bring the knees to the ears. Bring the hands down to support you, and just bring the legs back together and just roll slowly down vertebrae by vertebrae until you have the legs all the way down. And to do the counter pose for this, you take your hands underneath your bottom, so lift your bottom up, bring your hands underneath, straighten out the legs, bring the elbows in. So even if you're doing the version on the block, we can all do this fish pose as our counter pose. So coming up onto the elbows so that the back of the top of the head is just resting on your mat. So lifting up and just looking back so that you're raising the heart higher than the rest of the body, reversing the blood flow. And slowly come down to release. Just squeeze those knees into the chest and just rock a little bit side to side. So shoulder pose, of course, is just, or shoulder stand is just a option, and you can sort of like even pause the video now and go back and have another go of it, have a play with it. But my advice is to watch what I'm doing first and then go back and then have a go at the pose. So it is a challenging pose, but it is quite a nice one too. All right, let's leave our knees into our chest, take our hands out to the side and just drop the knees to the left, and you can have your left hand on top of the knees, look to the right for a spinal twist. And inhale the knees up. This time drop them to the right. Right hand can go on top. If you need to deepen the twist, look into the left. And coming up, both knees to chest. Keep the feet parallel to each other. Squeeze in if you can, grab hold of the opposite elbows, or just have your hands on your knees. Wherever you are, squeeze it all in for our final one, our second last pose actually, Apanasana. Hugging knees to chest. And then stretching out nice and long for your Shavasana. Well earned resting pose. So allow any breathing to be released now. Just coming down on your mat. Feeling all the muscles relax now. And whenever you do this practice, the rain is gently pitter-pattering outside. Nothing better than having a beautiful relaxation at the end of a class, listening to some rain. And just allowing the whole body to sink into the mat. Enjoying, feeling this feeling you do get at the end of a class. And start to awaken the body, wriggle the toes, wriggle the fingers. And stretching the hands over the head. And taking yourself to one side. Putting the knees up, you can use your elbow as a little pillow. Just coming back to the mat. And then just pushing into the hands to bring yourself up into a comfortable seated position. Hands to heart. And we'll just close our practice with Namaste. Namaste, bowing forward. And I'd just like to say to everybody, wherever you are, I hope you have a really, really beautiful Christmas. And please stay safe. Don't take anything for granted. You never know, just around the corner, that wretched COVID, coronavirus, whatever everybody's calling it, could just be around the corner as it has presented itself here. But we will get through it, and hopefully it will all pass very, very soon, and the numbers keep going down, and we can enjoy life again with less restrictions. So until I see you next time, namaste.